Mixing the dough causes the forearm flexors and extensors, biceps, brachia, and flexor digitorum muscles produce wrist flexion and extension, elbow flexion, and finger flexion, all coordinated by the median, ulnar, radial, and musculocutaneous nerves.
For throwing the dough, I use my shoulder joints and the muscle that involves are the posterior deltoid, latissimus dorsi, teres major. The nerve system, latissimus dorsi, is a thoracodorsal, deltoid, axillary, and then for the lower subscapular is the teres major. When I throw the dough, my movement at the elbow is extension because the arms are straightened and moves downward. The muscle that got involved in this situation are the bicep, brachialis, and brachioradialis. All of these muscles work together to produce movement at the elbow and inverted by the musculocutaneous nerve, joints, and wrist. There is only a small amount of extension in the wrist. The muscles that got involved are the extensor carpi radialis longus, extensor carpi ulnar, and extensor carpi radialis brevis. All of these muscles work together to produce movement at the elbow and inverted by the musculocutaneous nerve.
Okay, in the third phase, I am picking up the dough, which is bending down. The joint being used is the hip, and it's in hip flexion using the gluteus maximus, hamstrings, and sciatic nerve. Another joint involved is the knee. The knee is in knee flexion using the quadriceps and the femoral nerve. The last joint being used in this phase is the ankle, which is in dorsiflexion, and it uses the gastrocnemius soleus and the anterior tibial nerve.
During the dough, my wrist moves back and forth like when I push the dough, and my hands are extension. My wrist muscles are flexor carpi radialis, flexor carpi ulnaris, and palmaris longus, and all these muscles are ulnar nerves and median nerves.
Our fourth phase is rolling out the dough, which uses the elbow. The elbow is in flexion and uses the biceps brachii, brachialis, and brachioradialis, and the nerve being used is the radial nerve. Go.
When placing the dough in the pan, the finger joints are mainly involved throughout the extension. The muscle that got involved are the extensor digiti minimi, extensor digitorum, and extensor digitorum, and all these muscles are controlled by radial nerve system.
This is our last phase, which is placing the dough in the pan, and it uses the shoulder. The shoulder is in shoulder extension and uses the latissimus dorsi, teres major, posterior deltoid, and the